She stood in the middle of the living room, her face red with fury, her diamond necklace glittering in the light. "You're ungrateful. Get out and never come back," she screamed, her voice echoing through the mansion. For a moment, I just stood there, stunned. We had been married for 6 years. I had endured her temper, her insults, her constant reminders that she was the rich one. But this time, something in her tone told me she meant it. I set down the glass of water in my hand and simply nodded. "If that's what you want, I'll go." She smirked, thinking she had won. "Good. Let's see how long you last without my money." That night, I walked out with nothing but a backpack of clothes. I had no plan, no savings to rely on, just the faint hope that I could rebuild myself from the ground up. At first, it was brutal. I rented a tiny apartment with peeling paint and worked late nights at a small firm that barely paid the bills. There were nights I went to bed hungry, wondering if I had made a mistake by leaving. But each morning, I reminded myself of her screaming face, her cruel words, and I pushed harder. I started learning new skills, staying up late to take online courses, and slowly climbed my way up at work. By the end of the first year, I had saved enough to invest in a small side business. It wasn't much at first, just an online shop, but it grew quickly. Orders poured in, and soon I was hiring employees to keep up with demand. Meanwhile, I heard whispers about my wife. Her spending habits caught up with her. The luxurious parties, the designer shopping sprees, the vacations on yachts. Without my steady hand and support, things began to unravel. 2 years later, I had built something incredible. My business expanded internationally, and I became a millionaire in my own right. The same people who once dismissed me as her husband now came to me for deals, partnerships, and opportunities. Then one night, at a charity gala, I saw her again. She looked tired, older, her spark dimmed. When she spotted me across the room, her jaw dropped. "You," she whispered when she finally approached me. "You look amazing. I didn't know you had it in you." I smiled politely. "That's because you never cared to see it." She swallowed hard, her eyes darting down. Maybe we could talk sometime?" I shook my head. "You told me to get out and never come back. I took your advice." Her eyes glistened, but I didn't feel anger anymore. Just peace. That night, I left the gala surrounded by people who respected me for who I was, not for who I was married to. I had built my own world, and I didn't owe her a single piece of it. She screamed at me once that I was ungrateful, but in truth, her cruelty was the best gift she ever gave me. Without her push, I might never have discovered how strong I really was. I walked away with nothing, and I came back with everything. And she was left with nothing but regret.